Hey everyone, how's it going? This week I managed to get involved with several positions. Euro dollar being the one I have two positions running right now, and it's running very good into profit. And we can look at silver as well. Silver did manage to push down to the low that I was looking for, and we did have a bullish reversal. So I was managed to get in this on Friday morning. And I also closed on Cardano. Cardano did push above the all-time high here, and there was a position or several two entries that I personally got involved. Pretty much end up with a break-even total. So let's take a look into these three positions. What are my overall entry, my stop loss, take profit, and overall analysis. And as you can see, I do have euro dollar and silver running right now. So let's take a look here at euro dollar first, starting from the higher time frame. So if we look at the higher time frame here, after this strong bullish impulsive phase to the upside, we can see that price is falling into this larger kind of correction, a higher time frame correction, with a few swing highs and a few swing lows. So yeah, as I always talk about, a structure needs at least two swing highs to two swing lows to classify as a potential structure and potential completion of that structure. So we can see here there is a higher time frame double bottom, higher time frame bottom with a higher time frame descending structure, pushing the price down correctively. And if we look at the lower time frame here, we also have a smaller descending channel within the descending structure on the higher time frame. So again, patterns within patterns, structures within structures. If we look closely here, we can see that there is a mini double bottom here. Mini double bottom. We have a really strong impulsive break to the upside on the lower time frame here, and price began to form into a continuation correction as we can see here. So to me, that is a correction after breakout, one of my entries I always talk about in my videos. And enter this position with a easy entry stop loss order. So put the stop loss, put the entry order above the correction, put the stop loss below, price tagged me in and just bullishly pushed up. And I was basically looking for a scale in opportunity. So this impulsive move has happened on the lower time frame. So I enter a scale in position here, looking for a bullish continuation from this flag. And I managed to get in here. Again, setting my stop loss below the correction. As you can see, price push out kind of form a bigger consolidation, almost tagged me out here. I was about, if I was close enough, I was about one pip away to get my stop loss, but it did not hit over here. As you can see, I'm still running this position. So again, a little bit of luck here, but my stop loss again is below the correction, right? Because I know if the price managed to break below the low, then what was once a valid entry for me is no longer valid. So that's when I decided to put the stop loss below, and basically price almost hit that, and then just bullishly push up and then forming another correction here. And then on Friday morning, we had some news event, bullish push up to the upside, and now we're pretty much in pretty deep profit now, as we can see here on euro dollar. So what am I management here now? Well, we're getting pretty close to the top here now, right? This is kind of my first initial target. It's not going to be where I want to exit the position. This is kind of where I want to see what the price will do. I'll set the alert here. Um, Preferably, it's going to see consolidation build up here on Monday and then eventually push all of this descending structure on the higher time frame. And if we get further bullish continuation, definitely looking to hold these two positions and in fact looking for a third scaling position to the high here. So that is my first initial entry, first initial position. I have two entry here on euro dollar, and as you can see, they're running pretty well into profit right now. So let's look at silver here. So silver we talk about on the higher time frame. If we look closely here, that higher time frame here, it looks to me is very bullish. We can have this kind of a triple bottom here, so to speak, on the price, and price did have this really bullish impulsive move to the upside. So to me, after a strong bullish impulsive move, naturally price needs to correct and need to consolidate, and this is that correction that we're seeing right now on the higher time frame. Now, if we look at the lower time frame here, I mentioned about that silver. At this current time, I wanted to see a move to the downside because I know how structure usually going to perform. We want to see a few swing highs and a few swing low. So a move to the downside here, completing this potential higher time frame structure, is going to be very valid to look for a bullish reversal basically from the bottom of the overall price action. And basically price did manage to push down. That's good. That's the first sign we want to see. And push to the downside, and then on the lower time frame here, you can see that there is a strong bullish reversal up move. And as we can see, structure is forming another correction here. After a bearish impulse down, price did not continue further, did not form any bearish continuation correction. Instead, it is a bullish reversal and then bullish continuation correction. So to me, I like what I'm seeing here. I like the structure that I'm looking at. I was basically looking to see that this double bottom here basically managed to push the price up, and now we're looking at the price at the top of the structure, and it started forming a flag on its own. So another correction kind of after breakout kind of formation, and impulse up correction, and look for a breakout. And I basically just set an entry order here. Set the entry order above this correction here in price tag me in. So I was initially setting for a 40 pip stop or 40-cent stop loss on price tag me in, and pushed up pretty aggressively. And basically, same approach here on euro dollar Monday morning or Monday. I want to see price basically consolidate here a little bit, and then during London session or New York, we'll be able to get in another entry here if it does form the right correction. And in terms of target, I'm basically looking at this recent high here as potential target. It's about 5.5 to 1 or so. So we'll see how this Monday and next week goes. If it does form continuation, I do expect price to push up and then form another correction and eventually push up to this high here. And we'll see how the price reach that high. Can we hold the trade for a longer term on the higher time frame to the top here, or we might see a potential reversal, and then we'll obviously manage and the trade accordingly. So that is silver running. It's about 0.5% right now, as I can see. So just around the entry point, and we'll see how Monday goes. And Cardano is the third position that I entered through this week, and Cardano was pushing out very, very aggressively, as we can see from the bottom here. From this kind of a high time for descending structure, the price managed to break above and continue higher. Very impulsive run, very nice bullish run, breaking above all-time high. And as we can see deeper here, once the price break all-time high, this is the all-time high. We formed that continuation correction, and that's how I entered this first initial position. Set the stop loss, set the entry order above the correction, and I was pretty lenient with the a bigger stop loss here. I didn't want price to kind of just push down and take me out in a reverse. So I had a pretty decent stop loss, 20 cents or so. Price pushed to the upside and continue to push up. And at the time, I was basically looking for possible scale in entry. I thought that once the price broke the all-time high, we could potentially get further upside from the price, and I want to scale in this position. So I managed, when I see this correction on the lower time frame, I just put the entry order here, stop loss below, and I kind of look at this and I understand I can put a full kind of 1% stop loss while the 1% take profit for the first initial position, and that's kind of what I did. So price tag me in here for the second scaling position is hovering around here. Actually hit 1-to-1 here at one point, but it just didn't have the overall kind of strong bullish momentum to push higher. Instead, kind of just consolidate here a little bit and eventually push down towards my stop loss. At this time, I was fine holding the trade. I knew even my scaling position took a 1% loss. My first initial position would have exited for a 1% profit, so that would just cancel each other out for a break even. So I was fine holding this position, even though I know price is slowly getting lower now. But to my time, I can see price can still consolidate here to push higher, and I didn't want to choke the price or exit the trade in that particular fashion. So eventually price did push down and then take me out here. So second scaling position for a 1% loss, and first trade got a 1% profit. So in the end, it is a break-even trade. And in my journal, when I journaled this trade, I talked about that I'm fine with the management, because this is why we have good risk management and trading plan. Because while I didn't hold through this potential correction because it looks like price is pushing up again, but we would never know how the future will go. We don't know if this is going to continue drop down to your entry point, even past to your stop loss. So there's no point hoping what the market will do. All we can see at the time is market is dropping, and we need to manage our trade accordingly, which is what I did, and follow my trading plan accurately. And now that price continue to form a bullish correction, and now that price is kind of giving us another potential upside opportunity, then I will look to potentially get back into this position if we get a lower time frame correction here. As we can see, we broke the all-time high here as well. We basically, instead of just pushing up from this smaller correction, now the price forms into a bigger correction, and that can still be an upside potential move for the price. So to recap, this week I got involved with three positions. Reposition Cardano is the position, or two entries that Cardano that resulted into a break even. And silver was a position I entered on Friday morning, as you can see here. Running about 0.5% to 1 right now, so my stop loss is still going to be at -1. We'll see how Monday morning opens up, if we're going to get a consolidation here. Again, preferably see this during the Asian session, and then maybe during the London session or New York session, a correction finish here, and we're going to see another upside. And I might look for a scale in position if my first position can put in break even, but depending on how this correction goes. And euro dollar, as you can see, I have two positions running on euro dollar and they're running deep into profit now. So we'll see how Monday opens. Again, I want to see correction here. I want to see consolidation here. And then again, during London or New York session, we can manage to push the price up. And that would be great to look out for into next week. So there it is. This is my weekly trade recap for last week. Three position, two one position you closed down, and then two positions still running. And any question, guys, any comment, feedback, welcome to let me know below and chat with you guys all next time. Thank you very much.